A Napa guy knows not to judge a man by his car's multicolored paint job or absence of modern gadgetry. Who cares if it's technically old enough to vote and the windows are powered by the strength of your left arm? Your monthly payment is zero, and it'll stay that way. Because with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. She may not be pretty, but she's all yours. That's Napa know-how.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good afternoon, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Capitalist Radio. This is episode number 11 for all the folks that are keeping track with the episodes here, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I know that I didn't produce a show yesterday, and I want to say that I was busy day trading in the volatility, and let me tell you, there was a lot of volatility yesterday, and I had no idea why. I have no idea why everybody's having great news. As I stated earlier in the week when I predicted that we were going to see some downturns, and they just didn't happen after the State of the Union speech, I was rather perplexed, and as a matter of fact, most traditional investors were perplexed at this ridiculous notion, which the next day I produced a show and said, now we're living in socialism when you've got the President of the United States dedicating more and more spending, more and more devaluing of the American dollar, and we've got positive reaction from the markets and the American stock markets and abroad. Well, you know, folks, I'm glad that we've come down and we're back to normal, you know. Today was not the rosy little green days that everybody has been, used to, given the fact that, I don't know, they thought that this was some sort of an invincible government-produced or government-induced market. Either way, we've had some pretty bad downs today for all you folks that are in the stock market. The Dow Jones Industrials was down 166.13 points. For Pete's sake, it's down 1.39%, and it's about time, all right? It's about time that this market started correcting, folks, and if you've listened back to my old archived episodes of the True Capitalist Radio Show, I predicted this. We're going to continue to see this downturn into the spring, just as I said, just as, the ghost, the prognosticator of prognosticator, all right, had predicted. Lo and behold, we're going to continue to see this. Like I said, we're going to see mixed earnings. We're going to see different reactions to different news. The ridiculous riots and the upheavals that are happening in Tanzania or Tunisia, whatever that country is over there, and Egypt is very weighing down on the markets today. I mean, it's just drawing it down. It's sucking it down. It's having everybody. All right, everybody and their brother running to traditional commodities. And just as I predicted what would happen after the State of the Union speech, actually what should have happened after the State of the Union speech, given true old capitalist perspective, would have happened what you saw today. Instead, you saw these inflated, highs, these inflated increases in its stock value for I have no idea why. Everything was up for the past couple of days. So what I did yesterday, instead of doing a show, because I was really tired, because I decided to day trade yesterday, I decided to do some day trading because, good Lord, did you see the volatility in yesterday's market? I mean, I was like a damn machine out here. I had like 4 or 5 screens in front of me here in the office. I'm sitting over here pushing about 4 or 5 buttons. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting over here, literally riding the volatility of some of these stocks out here. And for you folks that didn't realize some of the stocks that were just completely out the wazoo, Netflix, just surpassed expectations of earnings. I mean, they're getting 1 million subscribers a month. The volatility on Netflix yesterday was just unfreaking believable. And if you had enough money to invest in Netflix to be able to capitalize on such a high-valued or a high-costing stock, you would have seen that swing. I mean, there was literally $25, $30 swings throughout the day on Netflix. On top of which, folks, Caterpillar was volatile like, somebody's mama looking for, some cougar action out there at the club somewhere. and all they end up with is some, ethnic minority looking to score a Cadillac off of their credit potential. You know what I'm saying, folks? I mean, seriously, there was so much volatility in yesterday's market. That's why I didn't conduct a broadcast yesterday. I was just too damn tired. I mean, the whole day, didn't take a break. Didn't take a break whatsoever. Just, sitting there like a damn lab rat, just like a machine, working. And I had some great gains yesterday. Great freaking gains. I want to thank everybody for, taking into consideration that, I know that I've been saying I'm going to conduct these broadcasts every day, but yesterday was just too good of a day. As of today, now that we're talking about today, which is January 28, 2011, this day is basically the level out that I have been expecting. And you're going to see a lot more of this because you've had, bad earnings coming out of Ford, bad earnings coming out of Amazon.com. You have the destabilization in Egypt and in other countries. You've got attempting at destabilization in Iraq. You've got Afghanistan still, a thorn in the side of our national security and our international relations as a country. You have a lot of just a lot of precarious things happening in the international community that's causing a lot of investors to be a little scared. And just as I said, and just as I thought was going to happen after the State of the Union speech, I thought gold was going to take a complete rise upward. It didn't take until today for that stupid rise to finally happen. As you can see, gold is up $16 today. Because everybody's scared, the investors, they're getting out of their, their equity positions, or their security positions, and they're trying to put it in commodity positions as if that's supposed to be some sort of safe haven or some sort. You know what I'm talking about? But as I said, folks, if you listened to the True Capitalist Radio Show, you would have known all this was going to happen before it did, and you would have been, well ahead of the game. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I want to thank everybody, for taking into consideration that I was just too tired yesterday from day trading, the volatile market yesterday. Everything was up yesterday. It was unbelievable. And I just got tired and just had to kick back. So today we're going to make it up with Baller Friday. That's what we're going to call most Fridays. You know what I'm talking about? Baller Friday. We're going to teach people how to be a baller out here. And for all those folks that are of the traditional vernacular and aren't really taken to the urban expression that I'm expressing here, baller means one who is living large and living lavish. Baller is an adapted term that has been succumbed by our social system in America today, and basically it signifies somebody who's living large, living lavish. So this is Baller Friday. We're going to try to teach people how to, be able to live large without having to break their pocketbooks. We're going to teach people how to do things without having to, sit here and pay ridiculous dumbass prices that are being drained off from every six. Yeah, you're damn right. Baller Friday. I want to take your calls. 646-652-4869. Also, I want to get into the fact that I've been getting a lot of emails from folks, private messages from folks that I'm, of all things, a racist, a sexist, a drunk, a greedy capitalist, among all other things. And I just want to say that all those things are false indictments, and I'm going to address each and one of those indictments on this program today because I really don't appreciate all you milky lickers out there that are trying to say I'm any of these things. Any of them. Any of them. I don't care if it's a racist, a sexist, a drunk, whatever, a greedy capitalist. Are you kidding me? I can't believe that there's people out there that have the gall to call me a greedy capitalist. Look, I'm just getting what I put in, man. I just want what I put in and get what I deserve. I think that's what capitalism is about. It's not about, sitting here being a detriment to civilization and absolutely having no contribution, whatsoever, and yet, somebody is supposed to be bearing the responsibility of feeding your ass and giving you some place to live and giving you some. I mean, it's garbage. It's utter crap, and I'm not down with that. And us as true capitalists that are in here, they're not down with it either. They're not down with it either. So anybody who's out there that's a communist, I can obviously see some communists in here that are, flapping their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard trying to call me a greedy capitalist. I challenge you. I challenge you to give me a call right now, 646-652-4869. I want you to explain to me with substance how I am somehow, a greedy capitalist. I'm not greedy, all right? I mean, look, does it mean that I'm greedy because I don't donate to charity? Hey, I don't donate to charity. You know what? Tough titty, all right? Tough titty if I don't donate to charity. You want to know why I don't donate to charity? I'll tell you why. Let me take, for an example, the breast cancer charities. Oh, yes, I'm going there, all right? I'm going there. The breast cancer awareness little research, well, whatever charities out there that's making these stupid little dumb shirts saying, I love boobies. I love boobies. Save the boobies. And they're actually selling this as some sort of a fundraiser for this nonprofit organization that's going to be somehow the donations are going to be put to cancer research. Haven't you noticed that all this millions of dollars and millions are being raised after all these events and blue tie, golf tournaments, all this crap, all people coming out the pocket for charity? Haven't you noticed that cancer? I mean, not one shred of progress has gotten to remedy that particular disease. Hasn't anybody found that rather odd, that we have all this ridiculous money, like millions of dollars going to HIV research, cancer research, anal leakage research, all this crap, billions of dollars, and yet there's not a cure for any of this crap, not even a remedy, nothing. We're still utilizing the same methods to get rid of cancers and all this that we've done like for 70 years. It's a disgrace. That's why I don't donate to charity. So if you're going to call me a greedy bastard, all right, if you're going to call me a greedy bastard because I don't donate to charities that are doing nothing more than fluffing up their profits so that they can give themselves increases in the bureaucratic system of nonprofit agencies, well then, I guess I'm greedy. But I refuse, and let me repeat this again, let me underscore this again, I refuse to sit here and continue to contribute to any charities that aren't doing nothing for their causes other than inflating their stupid budgets and putting money in the mouths of these bureaucrats that are sitting on the boards and sitting on the it's just disgraceful. It's disgraceful. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. I didn't mean to get off on that tirade about charities, but, give me a break, all right? I'm not going to sit here and continue to donate money to charities that ain't doing crap for nobody, all right? They're not doing crap for anybody. And you know what makes me sick is that, even if you do try to donate to these charities, they don't even want the crap half the time, unless it's going to, inflate their damn budget so that they can give themselves a pay increase on the bureaucratic level. It's disgraceful. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I am not a greedy capitalist. All right, I mean, I care about people. All right, I mean, why do you think I'm doing this show? You think I'm doing this show for my health, for Christ's sake? I mean, this damn show gives me damn high blood pressure problems. You know? I mean, seriously, this damn show gives me ulcerated intestines. You know? I mean, this show makes it hard to sit on the pot to pinch a loaf. You know, I mean, you're going to sit here and say that I don't care about the people. I care tremendously about the people. I just don't care about all the people. You know, I don't care about the people that are just being detriments to our civilization. I don't care about the people that are just not contributing to the society. I mean, that's I don't care about. I don't care about the Poe in America, the so-called Poe in America, that claims to be so and yet you go to these impoverished parts of any part of America that's claiming to be impoverished, and they're fat jelly-ass people waddling their fat asses up and down the streets, and yet these people are going to continue to claim that they're in America. Huh? In America. Yeah, great. Let me take some calls here. 646-652-4869. 815, you there?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Sir, I have sources telling me that you are a closet communist and you support communist movement in the United States.
Jesus Christ, somebody get this idiot. Get him off! You see, this is what I get. You see, I'm trying to, give people pearls here, and what do? They're calling me up, calling me a communist. They're calling me a communist. I am a damn capitalist, and I'm going to be a capitalist until my dying breath, you milky lickers, so don't ever make a false indictment like that again. Do you understand that, boy? Don't you ever make that kind of a false indictment again, you piece of crap. 623, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
You're a fucking communist, you son of a bitch.
What? Are you kidding me? I mean, shouldn't you be in, like, kinder care or some kind of little, daycare or something? What the hell was that? What the hell was that? You shouldn't even be on right now. I want whoever in the hell that was, get off the internet. This is too young for you. You don't understand this. Get off and go do your homework. That's what you should be doing. I know it's Friday, but go do your damn homework. You sound like you don't even have peach fuzz on your manly parts, and you need to get the hell out of here. Get off my damn show. You know what I'm talking about? You go ask your mammy how come she's selling you out. Why don't you tell her that? Why don't you ask her that? How about that, huh? Probably don't even have a father in the picture either. I mean, no offense, but I'm sure that's the scenario. And I'm sure if you ask Mammy, why isn't Daddy around, she's going to say, oh, because he couldn't satisfy me. He couldn't satisfy me, so I had to go over here and, to this bull dyke and, get out of here. 646-652-4869. 111, you there?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, what's up, man?
Bill Wagner forever.
Yeah, okay, what do you got? You got something
Bill
to say besides that? Huh?
Bill Wagner.
I mean, really? You think this is scoring lulls here? I mean, and you hung up, and you hang up, too. That's sad. This is what's sad about America today. We don't even have enough common sense nor mental synapses to spark up something original that's at least funny. I mean, come on. I'm telling you, man, you people are just disgusting, Jesus. Anyway, 352, you there?
Hello, sir.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I don't know why people are calling you a communist. I just don't understand. I just tuned into your show, and you don't seem like one at all. Capitalist.
Absolutely not. I'm a capitalist until death.
Exactly. I mean, you don't seem like you like dicks in your butts, but then again, you do seem like you like dicks in your butts.
And that's supposed to be funny? I mean, seriously. I mean, you couldn't even say ass.
I don't like
dicks.
saying ass.
I mean, are you kidding me? Dicks? Who uses dicks? It's like a 70s word, man. I mean, couldn't you come up with like schlonghead or wiener schnitzel or something that has a little bit more of a punchline? You unoriginal fruit bowl. Couldn't you come up with something a little bit better than that?
Dick muggy.
Yeah. Put your mommy on the phone. I want to talk to that whore.
Hello? Yes, this is his mother.
No, seriously. Go get that stinking, smelly, tuna-smelling prostitute and put her on the horn here. I want to talk to that slut.
I can't because I'm fucking you right now. I understand.
Yeah, of course, because she's not home. You want to know what she's probably doing? She's probably out at happy hour right now trying to score with some ethnic minority. Am I right or am I wrong?
Hopefully, because I need a new dad in my life.
Yeah, it's obvious because I can hear the fruitness in your voice. It's like, oh, I need a dad in my life. Get out of here. All right, get him off. Good Lord. You see, this is what I get. This is America here. I'm teaching people how to make cash over here, and I got, fruity-ass, boy George butt lovers calling me up, acting like internet butt stalkers. This is the kind of crap I get, you know? This is it. Jesus Christ. 408, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, how's it going? It's Vince in the Bay.
Jesus Christ. Hey, what are you? What's your?
Ghost, I wanted to talk to you about.
What's your excuse?
What's going on? The market's just. Hey, relax. The market's just closed, and I noticed that everything ticked down about 2.5%.
Somebody shut him up. Somebody shut his ass up. All right, please. I mean, is this idiot actually doing a show and actually calling me on his show? I mean, are you kidding me, Vince? I mean, is this a joke here? I mean, is this what you're doing? I mean, do you see how pathetic American people are? And then you wonder why I'm telling people to invest in foreign markets? I mean, do you see this crap? Do you see this unoriginal garbage that's happening here? And I hear some whore back there. What's going on?
Hey, look, I shut the whore up, all right? Relax, all right? I just want to call in and talk to you about the markets. Everything ticked down about 2.5% today.
Can you please turn that Dirk Diggler mating call music off the background, please?
All right.
Go ahead.
Is that better?
That's better. I mean, I appreciate it. I feel like I don't want jungle boogie to be happening while I'm talking. All right.
I hear you. No problem. Okay, check this out. I'm watching this cocksucker, the former British Prime Minister. What's that guy? Tony Blair. This guy is over in Davos right now, snorting coke, going down the slopes with a bunch of ski bunnies, laughing it up with Maria Bartolomeo, Homo, whatever the fuck her name is. And meanwhile, the fucking streets of Cairo are burning to the ground. And the NASDAQ only downticked to 2.5%. Is that directly correlated? Meanwhile, you've got.
Well, Vince. Actually, if you would have, not been looking for naked pictures of Ricky Martin's asshole on the internet and actually been listening to the beginning of the show, that's exactly what I said there. You stupid San Francisco Bay glory hole serving piece of trash. I've been saying that since the beginning of the show, that the whole reason why we're seeing downturns in the market is not only because of the civil unrest in Egypt and all the other civil unrest in the international community, but also because of the mixed earnings reports that have happened, the ones out of Ford, the ones out of Amazon. These multinational conglomerates out here, they're taking a hit, all right? Now, instead of sitting here trying to act as though that, you're some rebel for, I guess American patriotism and claiming that you're doing something by making fun of Tony Blair, it's just really ridiculous. What I want you to do is instead of sitting here talking garbage about capitalists, and that's the meeting in Davos, Switzerland, is the World Economic Forum for all those folks that don't know. The World Economic Forum is bringing together the strongest CEOs, global business folk, heads of state. They're all meeting in Davos, Switzerland. As a matter of fact, yesterday there was a small explosion out there in one of the hotels. That just goes to show you, folks, that if you're a capitalist in today's world, if you're an actual capitalist, it's dangerous. It's more dangerous to be a capitalist than a communist than, an Islamic terrorist, in my personal opinion. I mean, look, you want to know why? Because people blame you because they're having problems. That's what's really sad about, living a little lavish and, having a little bit of money. People blame you because they made the bad decisions to screw their lives up, and now they're sitting there with their pink willy in their hand with nothing left for themselves. It makes me sick to my stomach, I mean, it's like, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I've got retail outlets all over Texas, right? And sometimes I like to go out there and see what's going on. I mean, that's what I like to do on the weekends. I'll go out there and see the retail operations going on. And I kid you not, you'll actually have people coming up. And these are retail outlets. These are in retail shopping malls, shopping outlets that demand retail prices. Well, I'll actually have, these stupid stinking bimbos coming up in there, getting a $10 item off the shelf, coming up to the counter and saying, "Oh yeah, baby, I ain't got no $10. I only got $4, baby.
I only got $4. Can you take $4 for this? And I said, well, no, not. It says $10. I mean, we're gonna have to charge $10. This is not some freaking flea market. All right, this is not some swap meet. This is not the Goodwill. You dumb bimbo. And then of course, out pops about 6 kids, out from underneath her fat ass. And the proverbial. What does she do? What does she do? She goes, but you don't understand. My kids. I have to give you $4 because of my kids, baby. And I'm just there. What am I supposed to do, right? What am I supposed to do? So everybody's looking. I'm saying, no, ma'am. You're going to have to pay the $10. You're going to have to pay the $10 retail. And every time I say that, it's my kids. No, you don't understand. You're not understanding. My kids. My kids. And I'm sick of it, folks. I'm sick of hearing that excuse. Everybody has that excuse, you know that? My kids! Well, why are you doing bad? My kids! How come you can't get a job? My kids! Are you doing my kids? Give me a break. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Holy dog crap. The damn switchboard is lit up here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let's go ahead and take some calls, shall we? 408, you there?
Yeah, what's up, Ghost?
It's Vince.
Hey, what's going on? You got an echo going on. What, do you got a Skype conference or what?
I know. No, I took care of it. Am I better now?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
My girlfriend here wants to say something to you. She has a question.
Yes.
All right. No, before you ask it, are you pre-op or post-op? Because I know this is Vince in the Bay, so are you pre-op or post-op?
I am all woman, Ghost, and I find you incredibly sexy, but I don't like the way you talk. You are so angry.
Why? Are you? I bet you the next thing that's going to come out your mouth is my kids, right?
Oh no. I don't have any.
Hey, Vince, I'm going to have to put you on mute because, you see, this is what you get for sending a woman to do a man's job. You see, because you're too fruity to actually say what you have to say to me, and you got to send some stupid, sounding like a toothless bimbo to call me up and act like some jag-off. It's just pathetic. Did you see? I could literally hear her brain processing, trying to figure out what she's going to say next. You could actually hear this broad like, my kids. Give me a break, Vince. All right, let's just take somebody else here. 267, you there?
Yeah. So, and I actually have a story about my interaction with this kind of ridiculous bureaucracy, and you're probably on my side here that the government's just way too big, right? And but so I was going to the DMV the other day, and you're familiar with the kind of bureaucracy that goes on over there, and so I was there, right? And I was like 85,000th in line. So my friends and I, we just went outside to shoot some b-ball, play some basketball, and there were a couple of kids who were up to no good, started making trouble in the neighborhood, and I got in one little fight, and Mommy got scared.
And then now she's moving to her Monty and Uncle Bel Air. And a hand and a hand and a hand. Give me a freaking break. That is the most weakest show, too. Why do y'all watch that? Why do y'all like that as a meme, really? The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. This is the most weakest show ever. First of all, the Fresh Prince is a pussy whip bastard. All right? It'd be a different story if, Will Smith was actually, some badass, MF, like he had a 15.5-inch John Holmes sausage, and he was beating the chicks down with it, you know what I mean? But, you know what he hooked up with? He hooked up with Jada freaking Pinkett. Jada Pinkett. Are you kidding me? This is the same broad that was, quote-unquote, friends with Tupac when Tupac was out there in the West Coast. Remember that? We just friends, baby. We just friends, that's all. He just lived with me for 9 months, but we were friends, baby. Oh, yeah, right. You know that damn Tupac was hitting that 7 ways from Sunday. You know it, and I know it, and anybody who interprets that situation knows it, too. And now Will Smith
You got, people making memes out of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And for what? What, Will Smith? This is a pussy whip bastard on Jada freaking Pinkett. Are you kidding me? Jada Pinkett should be servicing the Johnson of Will Smith whenever Will Smith says so. You understand? I mean, Jada Pinkett should be eating the corn out of Will Smith's crap. But instead, you know what's happening? Oh, man, she's got Will Smith's balls in her purse, and you can blatantly see it. I mean, you can just blatantly see it every time they're out there in the public. I mean, you can tell, by her forcing us to, believe that she's some sort of a legitimate actress. So give me a break with this, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, why don't you get somebody? Why don't you be, have somebody as a real role model like Birdman? Like Birdman. Somebody like that. Stupid Will Smith, some pussy whip little bastard. And not only that, we don't want to see your fucking kids. All right, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. We don't want to see your stupid kids. All right. I like the old Karate Kid. You fuck. All right, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little cursing here. I'm sorry, but I mean, I watched the Karate Kid with my son and my daughter when they were youngins, and I remember, Ralph Macchio playing a classic role as, Danielson in the original Karate Kid, and for this stupid Will Smith clan to shove their damn son, shoving it down my hole. To sit over here and interpret that as the new Danielson, as the new Karate Kid, I think that's just pathetic. All right, that's just pathetic. And I think that Mr. Miyagi, if he were alive today, he'd stick a damn Ginsu knife up their asshole. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. 251, you're on the air.
What's going on, Gus?
What's going on, man?
Hey, Gus, let me see if I can make a couple suggestions to you. See if you can try to go and do a 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. slot, and then maybe try to go back to doing a little bit of, doing a conservative thing.
Well, I'm not a conservative, man. You see, that's what I'm saying. I've been getting a lot of emails from people that I need to go back to be a conservative. I'm not a conservative anymore. I'm not a conservative. I will never be a conservative ever again. As a matter of fact, I'm drinking right now. Do you know many conservatives that drink every day? I don't think so. I am not a conservative no longer. All right, I spit on conservative. I spit on it. All right, because you want to know why? You know what conservatism is now, sir? I'll tell you what it is. It's Sarah Palin. Sarah freaking Palin. We're supposed to buy this bitch as the mouthpiece of true conservatism. This broad is supposed to be the bastion of conservatism. She's supposed to be, Miss Holier Than Thou when it comes to conservatism. And we're supposed to buy this bimbo who produced a damn daughter who shitted out a child with some asshole who poses nude in Playgirl. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm supposed to buy this? I mean, people that I used to know that were supposed to be conservatives, that would shun teenage pregnancy, are now justifying teen pregnancy because of this stupid whore, Sarah Palin. All right, so to sit over here and say that I should be a conservative, I will never, ever, ever be a conservative again. Ever. Ever. The conservatives backstabbed me personally by sitting over here and being a hypocrisy version of itself, by going back on its values and its principles. I mean, have you seen what the conservative movement looks like now? It's a joke. It's an utter joke. Did you see that stupid little, I don't know what you want to call it, a caucus or whatever the hell the Tea Party had in Washington? Did you see all those old fogies going over there with their stupid little American flag shirts and their stupid teabag hats? Did you see them there with Rand Paul saying, oh, yeah, we got to cut federal spending? And meanwhile, they're talking about less government and cutting federal spending, and yet they don't want to cut Social Security. They don't want to cut Medicaid, Medicare, which is really draining the economy and the tax system. They don't want to do anything of that nature. No, they don't. You want to know why? Because they want to continue to collect government entitlements as long as it's convenient for them. All right. So to sit over here and say I should be a conservative, go suck an egg. All right. Let me go ahead and take a sip of this here. I'm getting a little addicted to this Johnny Walker Blue. Some good scotch here.
646-652-4869. I am not a conservative. I'm a capitalist, all right? I'm a capitalist, and that's all there is to it, all right? I see no politics. I can generate a profit in any government. I can generate a profit in any country. So if this country wants to turn into some over-regulatory, over-high taxation version of itself, well, then they can. The American people can sit over here and take that. I'm going to be in a damn paradise somewhere, living large out there, in the foreign markets, while everybody's sitting over here paying high taxes and not getting in entitlements anymore. That's going to be pretty. 408, you there?
Is this me, Ghost?
Yeah, that's you, man.
Oh, what's up? It's Goofy Bone.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm interested in putting my money into foreign markets. What two markets should I look towards?
When are you looking to invest in foreign markets? Like, what's your time frame? In like 2 years?
No, and within the next 6 months.
In the next 6 months, how much capital you looking at?
I don't know. What could $60,000 get me?
Is that $60,000 liquid, like you got that in the bank, or do you have that in stocks, or you can get that as a loan?
How about in cash?
All right, well, if you've got $60,000 in cash, this is a perfect scenario for you, okay? Now, if you want my personal opinion, I think that you should go right down to any of the Caribbean, Yucatan, South American areas right now. And the reason I'm saying that is because even if you just make it a real estate investment in those particular markets, all these baby boomers that are, the Tea Party bastards that are out here advocating for their Social Security checks and all this crap, well, they are also going to leave the country because they don't want taxation, and they're going to be the ones blamed for the situation in America. So where are they going to go? They're going to go to these particular retirement havens. If you go look down at the Yucatan, Mexico Peninsula, which is, I know people are thinking that Mexico's some bad place. It's only bad in the border, and it's bad in Mexico City. The reason it's bad in the border is because our stupid consumption for drugs and our high regulation of it. So it drives the cost of the drugs really, really high and makes really, really rich people out of those that can move the drug from that border region. And secondly, in Mexico City, it's the largest city in the world. I mean, any time you have that many concentrated area of assholes, you're going to have some bad elements. But if you go down to the Yucatan Peninsula or down to the Caribbean area, you can get yourself beachfront house property, literally, for like $80,000, $90,000. But of course, you're going to have to, fix it up a little bit. It's not, going to be luxurious by any means, but you own the beach. You own the property right in front of there, and all you got to do is, hire some of the locals out there, and believe me, the locals out there aren't union people, all right? They appreciate the work that you'll give them. You go out there and you fix it up, and, even if you don't want to live out there, you rent it out to these damn idiots that are going out there spending their whole paychecks on vacations, or you flip it once that market starts moving up in value. And I'm not just talking about Mexico. I'm talking about St. Lucia. I'm talking about Panama, who's about to get negotiated in the new free trade agreement. I'm talking about Belize. I'm talking about South American countries that are out here that are embracing foreign investment, that are actually, low taxation, that literally have zero taxes on capital gains that you happen to make there. I mean, it's a great opportunity for you, man.
Okay, so I basically go there, I set up shop, and I just sit and watch the money come in?
Well, you see, this is where American people just fail. You see, they think that, so it's that easy, I can just kind of do this and do that, and things are going to fall into place. Well, no, of course it's not, but it gets the ball rolling. You have to look at it. If you have $60,000 cash now, and you put it in the bank and just hold on to it, the interest that you make on that bank, the $60,000 in the bank, isn't going to even pay off the inflation that's going to happen, and that is happening right now. And if you don't know what inflation is, I'd strongly recommend you start looking up these terms, because this is really important, all right? The reason that we have so much inflation is because our government is spending so much of our tax dollars. They're spending more tax dollars than they can collect. So what are they doing? They're having debt being bought on the foreign market out here. There's a lot of people that own American debt. China, France, there's a lot of the Arab countries, they own our American debt, all right? Okay? Now what's going to happen here is we have the devaluing of the American dollar, okay, on top of high rising food costs. And if you don't believe me, why don't you take a look at the latest numbers that have come out of the United Nations and the International Monetary Fund, that sort of thing. Food is up 25% on a global scale. All right? This is why they're rioting in Egypt, and this is why they're rioting in these other countries that have military juntas trying to regulate the economy to some extent. All right? You compound that with the devaluing of the dollar. You see, I mean, the dollar's lost, what is it, 35, 40% or something since 2000? I mean, that it's lost 35% of the damn value of its own worth. So if you keep the money in the bank, it's only going to get worse because the interest that you make in that bank account isn't even going to pay off the rate that this damn government is devaluing your dollar. You know? So what I'm saying to you is, since you want to go into a foreign market, is to go, and the safest bet is real estate. And you see, the thing about real estate is people think, oh, so I just buy a house and it's just going to go up in value? No, you idiot. Real estate is like a stock. It's like anything else, all right? You buy a piece of real estate in a place that you think or speculate is going to be popular in the future. You buy the place, and then lo and behold, everybody wants to move there because, well, it's either a paradise or it's got jobs or it's got economic prosperity, whatever, all right? Whatever. And lo and behold, this property that you put in, the $60,000 into, all right? This property is going to go up in value not only at the rate of which the market is going to demand for it, but it's also going to go up in value because of the damn devaluing of not only this dollar but the euro and every other currency, all right? So don't sit here and say, oh, I'm going to get some property and yeah. It ain't going to happen like that, son. You got to think. You got to take your head out of your ass. You got to start reading. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man. 630, you there? Stupid. That was no lulls whatsoever, you stupid jag-off. 612, you there?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I have a question about Bill Wagner. I mean, what's with these videos on YouTube with you and Bill Wagner all the time? I mean, Bill Wagner is just nothing but a ass police in Las Vegas. What's going on with him? I mean, every time I go on YouTube, you're on there with Bill Wagner.
I am not on there. First of all, I am not on there with Bill Wagner, okay? Now, it is true that, people have linked me with certain elements of the Bill Wagner crew, but I am not down with Bill Wagner. I don't understand how those damn, videos got on there, me and Bill Wagner. I don't understand it. I don't care, okay? I don't care. But, something that I came across, I'm glad you called up, sir, whoever you are. I'm glad you called up because I came across an interesting venture that the Bill Wagner crew has recently got itself into, which I am applauding. They're going pedo hunting. And I just, before I play this clip, I want to just let everybody know out there that I am in no way affiliated with the Bill Wagner crew or with Bill Wagner, okay? But I came across this, and I have to say that this is one of the most classic ideas to do with one's spare time. I think that, this is not only brilliant on, fronts that for the lulz, it's not even for the lulz, but just on a standpoint of integrity, and just what the hell's right, for Christ's sake. Anyway, I'm going to play a clip of the Bill Wagner crew, and this is, I think, Kodo and Strope, if I'm not mistaken. I've tried to get the names right. These are the two people involved, and of course, I think there was other people in on the thing. Let me set this up. All right, they actually find some Woody Allen butt-loving pedophile on the internet chat, and they're able to actually call this idiot or this pedophile's supposed to call them. I don't know how they get them on the phone. All right, the Bill Wagner crew gets them on the phone, and they get somebody who sounds like they're 14 years old. The voice even says that it's 14. That subject is 14. And just listen to the type of filth and the disgusting, disgraceful. And if you have any children, all right, if you're one of these people, my kids, if you've got children, get them out of the room now. Get them out. This is for mature audiences only. This is the most disgusting display of pedophilic activity. But this is what people are doing with the internet. Instead of going out and becoming capitalists and reading about markets and reading about stocks or figuring out how they're going to be, ballers in today's economy, no. Instead, they're looking for 14-year-old girls to finger bang over the internet and potentially meet. All right? Now, I want to go ahead and play this. Now, I'm not going to mute myself because I'm going to, it's funny. I mean, look, I know this is a serious subject matter, but this is utterly funny. It's funny as hell. So I want to go ahead and bring this on. Hey, engineer, can you put on the pedo, to catch a pedo? This is, I want to give the credits to credits due. This was the Bill Wagner crew. I believe it's somebody on the YouTube site, Kodo My Love, and I believe Strope. So let's go ahead and put it on, shall we? Go ahead and throw it on there.
Yeah, it's Steve.
Hold on. Let me turn that up a little bit louder. Let's go ahead and turn that up a little louder. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Steve.
Hey, Steve. Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Kind of horny. Yeah.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
How big are you?
How old am I?
No, how big are you? But yeah, how old are you too?
Yeah, I'm 25. How old are you?
I'm 14.
Oh, very nice. So what are you doing?
We had to blur this out here because it's horrible, but go ahead.
You know what I like?
What?
I like to be used and abused.
I bet you do, buddy. My name is Bill Wagner. I'm an officer, and you're going to go to prison. You'll get used and abused there, you sick son of a bitch. Oh,
It's funny.
They're calling him back. It's funny, man.
Hello?
All right, Steve, what's up, man? You want to talk?
Who's Steve?
That's you piece of garbage. Don't try to lie to me. We have the chat logs, and we have your voice recorded where she clearly stated she was under the age of 18, and you clearly stated you are above the age of 18, which makes you a dirty pedophile. You hear that?
I don't know who Steve is. I'm not
Don't
Steve.
fucking lie to me. You think I like being lied to, you sick motherfucker?
I am not Steve, I promise you.
You're lying to me. You want me to come over there and bust your ass right now? Or you want to help me?
What do you need help with?
All right, I need help understanding what goes through your mind when you think it's okay to have phone sex with a young girl.
I don't think it's okay.
Then why were you doing it?
I don't know.
There's got to be a reason. Have you done it before?
No, I have not. I promise you that.
Are you lying to me?
No.
You think
I've
this
never
is
done
funny?
it before. No, I don't.
Then why the fuck are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
You know what? I'm going to come over there with 2 squad cars, and we'll talk at the police station. How about you like that, huh?
Sir, I don't think it's funny.
Then why do you laugh?
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at myself. I don't think it's funny. I've never done anything like this before.
Are you sure? Because we have your IP address logs, too, and you've gone on that site more than just today.
Oh, I have gone on that site a lot. I know that. I'm not lying about that.
All right, but I want to know, what made you think it was okay to do that to a girl that's under the age of 4 or 18?
Nothing did, officer. I promise you that. It was a mistake on my part.
All right, well, is this going to happen again?
No, it will not.
Are you? I think you're lying to me, man. You just don't sound honest. It doesn't sound like you have any remorse in your voice.
I have a lot of remorse. Trust me. I will never. This will never
he
happen
sounds
again.
really remorseful.
All right, well, I got a personal question to ask you right now.
Okay.
Are your nipples hard?
No, they're not.
Mine are, and I'm rubbing them so good. How about you talk dirty to me instead now, baby?
No, thank you.
Why not? Is it because I'm over 18?
No, it's because you're a guy.
Come on, you sound like a faggy. I can tell by your fruity voice.
Yeah, I could too.
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Have you ever tried sucking another man's cock?
No, I have not.
It never struck your interest?
No, it did not.
Oh. Well, what are you doing later on, man? You want to hook up?
No.
Why not?
Okay.
All right, that's it. I'm coming over there with 2 squad cars, and we're going to take your ass to the police station, huh?
No, thank you.
All right, well, do you want to hook up then?
No, I do not.
All right, well, I'll be there in 5 minutes with 2 squad cars, you faggot.
Hey, can we get a round of applause? That's what I'm talking about, son. Let me tell you, I know that, there's some people out there that have questions. I even have questions on, what the hell Bill Wagner's all about, the Bill Wagner crew. But let me tell you something right now. If BWC's hooking that up, that's what we need out here. Because Chris Hansen can't go out there and do it anymore. Chris Hansen can't do it. You want to know why? Because they busted some asshole DA that ended up killing himself before he actually turned himself in, and they're still dealing with litigation from that damn case. That's why you don't see new catch of predators. So lo and behold, you got these assholes that think they can go on chat sites and, take advantage of parents that ain't looking after their kids.
I don't know. I put on the internet my kids.
These parents that aren't looking after their kids, these damn old prostate-infected bastards can take advantage of them. That was, from what I understand, a 38-year-old man or something. Or 25, whatever the hell, 20, whatever the hell it was, whatever. 14 years old. 14 years old is what they thought that girl was. And that's just a disgusting disgrace. All right, that's what it is. Much props. Had to put it on. May put on more, if I hear them, man. But BWC, man, what's going on? Anyway, let's continue on. 646-652-4869. I want to get to these other subject matters. I already basically put everybody down lower than a leprechaun's nutsack who claims that I am a greedy capitalist. I am not. All right. I am not a greedy capitalist. I am somebody who cares about people. I just don't care about the po in America. I don't care about giving my money to charity, All right, anyway, let me go ahead and address the fact that I'm a sexist, Oh, I'm a sexist person because, I don't know, because I don't believe in the old traditional methods of, men taking care of women anymore? Huh? Don't you understand that women are now 64% of the damn employment market in today's America? They're damn 64% of the employment market. So what I'm saying is, if you happen to be somebody who's going out there for a date and is still abiding by the traditional method of paying for these chicks whenever you take them out, don't do it.
All right? I mean, this is the new day and age. This is this new feminist movement. And you see, I'm the sexist. I'm calling out the feminists for the way they are and telling gentlemen to not be gentlemen anymore and just to be, hey, look, you pay for this dinner, all right, honey? Huh? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how you got to do it. Hey, you pay for this, all right? You're working. I mean, anybody who claims that that's a bad idea, I mean, you know, what do you want? You can't have it both ways, all right? You know, you can't have chivalry and feminism in the same. You can't do it, all right? You just can't do it. So I'm a bad guy, all right? I'm the bad guy because I'm just highlighting these contradictions from the feminist movement and how they're so hypocritical. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the sexist, right? Anyway, let's take some calls here. Hey, Michael, are you there, Michael?
I sure am.
How you doing?
I'm not too bad, Ghost. Listen, I was listening to Bob X's Blog Talk Radio not too long ago, and usually the topic of economics doesn't come up much, but recently he dedicated a whole show to debunking the likes of you, believe it or not, calling you. I'll just put the link in the chat room. Calling me a
what? Why are you hanging up? Why are you hanging up? Call back, you moron. I'm debunking me. What? You know, let me tell you. I want you to call back up, sir, because you hung up. I guess by calling me on Skype or something and clicking in or whatever the case might be. But if you're one of those crack pipes that think that I'm some sort of a bad guy, that I'm a Freemason or a reptilian or Illuminati, or I'm a part of the what is that crap called, the Opus Dei, or the Catholic Church, or whatever the crap is. All right, I mean, you know, go shove it up your ass. You know, there's actually people online on the internet right now that you can Google this. I'm not going to tell you the words to Google, but there are actually people right now that are, you know, taking clips of my show and playing it backwards and claiming that I'm trying to say something through some sort of linguistic, hypnotic, reverse psychology crap. I kid you not. This is why I hate this damn, conspiracy theorist nonsense. I hate this Alex Days America. You know? They're damn 64% of the employment market. So what I'm saying is, you know, if you happen to be somebody who's going out there for a date and is still abiding by the traditional method of paying for these chicks whenever you take them out, don't do it. All right? I mean, this is the new day and age. This is this new feminist movement. And you see, I'm the sexist. I'm calling out the feminists for the way they are and telling gentlemen to not be gentlemen anymore and just to be, hey, look, you pay for this dinner, all right, honey? Huh? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how you got to do it. Hey, you pay for this, all right? You're working. I mean, anybody who claims that that's a bad idea, I mean, you know, what do you want? You can't have it both ways, all right? You know, you can't have chivalry and feminism in the same. You can't do it, all right? You just can't do it. So I'm a bad guy, all right? I'm the bad guy because I'm just highlighting these contradictions from the feminist movement and how they're so hypocritical. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the sexist, right? Anyway, let's take some calls here. Hey, Michael, are you there, Michael?
I sure am.
How you doing?
I'm not too bad, Ghost. Listen, I was listening to Bob X's Blog Talk Radio not too long ago, and usually the topic of economics doesn't come up much, but recently he dedicated a whole show.
Days America, you know, they're damn 64% of the employment market. So what I'm saying is, you know, if you happen to be somebody who's going out there for a date and is still abiding by the traditional method of paying for these chicks whenever you take them out, don't do it. All right? I mean, this is the new day and age. This is this new feminist movement. And you see, I'm the sexist. I'm calling out the feminists for the way they are and telling gentlemen to not be gentlemen anymore and just to be, hey, look, you pay for this dinner, all right, honey? Huh? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how you got to do it. Hey, you pay for this, all right? You're working. I mean, anybody who claims that that's a bad idea, I mean, you know, what do you want? You can't have it both ways, all right? You know, you can't have chivalry and feminism in the same. You can't do it, all right? You just can't do it. So I'm a bad guy, all right? I'm the bad guy because I'm just highlighting these contradictions from the feminist movement and how they're so hypocritical. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the sexist, right? Anyway, let's take some calls here. Hey, Michael, are you there, Michael?
I sure am.
How you doing?
I'm not too bad, Ghost. Listen, I was listening to Bob X's Blog Talk Radio not too long ago, and usually the topic of economics doesn't come up much, but recently he dedicated a whole show to debunking the likes of you, believe it or not, calling you. I'll just put the link in the chat room. Calling me a
what? Why are you hanging up? Why are you hanging up? Call back, you moron. I'm debunking me. What? You know, let me tell you. I want you to call back up. And they need to become capitalists. They need to become capitalists. If they don't become capitalists, they're going to be with everybody else. And I don't think they want to be with everybody else. I kid you not, folks. You have to understand that capitalists, it's the only way. You have to look for yourselves because we're from America. Shut it off. All right, folks. I just had to let everybody know, of course, for all you folks that don't know, it was Marilyn Manson's latest album. Not to say that I'm a big fan of the man, but I thought that particular song is suitable in today's America. Because let me tell you something, we are eating our young. That's why for all the folks that are listening in, please, heed the warning. Become a capitalist and look out for yourself. Because if you think that America is going to continue to work the way it's supposed to, it's not. Look at the math. Do the economic investigations. We're in some bad turmoil. And the only thing that one can do is to become a capitalist and attain as much assets as one possibly can. And once the Bush tax cuts are out, all I can suggest is to invest
in a foreign market. That's all I can say. I mean, that's all I can do. I mean, what can you do? 225, you there?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Oh, first off, I just want to say that song got me really pumped. But anyways, I heard you said you had some stores that you had. You own stores?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I got a whole bunch of ventures, man. You got to spread out your cake.
I was wondering, I want to open a store with over 9,000 magnets in it. I was just wondering your advice on opening a store.
Well, I wouldn't open a 9,000 magnet store because you might do a barrel roll and, might have, some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Rick Ashley thing going on. But if you're asking me if you should invest in some sort of a retail outlet in today's America, I would strongly advise against it unless you're going into a market that hasn't been saturated with multinational conglomerates or saturated with already small businesses. And the reason I'm saying, folks, is because if you think about our American market, we've been exposed to so many different products and so many different services that, unfortunately, if one wants to open up a business, those businesses have become very limited. And if you've gone to your local shopping malls and if you've gone to your local shopping centers, you can be well aware that there's not much to spend on because it's the same crap, different plate. These stores are seldom. There's not that many of them because there's not that many services and products to sell. We've already been exposed to all these things. That's what people don't understand. You can only build so many bars. You can only build so many restaurants. You can only build so many, retail outlets for the women especially. Have you looked at the mall lately? For God's sake, every damn store is for some bimbo. It makes me sick, These broads want to be taken seriously, and yet they're showing their tits half hanging out. They've got these damn jeans that go down to they're seeing the landing strip on the carpet underneath, if you understand what I'm talking about. And yet they want to be taken seriously, and yet I'm the sexist, right? I'm the sexist. I mean, but if you go to some shopping mall, every damn shopping little outlet is some women's outlet apparel, So it's disgraceful, man. I mean, if you're going to invest in a business, I would not invest in a business in America. And if you are going to invest in a business, you better invent something. That's about it. I mean, just imagine the asshole who invented the Snuggie. The Snuggie! I mean, are you kidding me? Did you know that it was, in 2010, one of the most profitable businesses in America? The fucking Snuggie, excuse my French. I mean, can you believe me? I mean, when you have the Snuggie as one of the most, profitable products or profitable innovations for America, that isn't saying much for American innovation, all right? The freaking Snuggie, somebody, just sewed a couple of guys. I mean, it's the most stupidest concept. They took a monk's outfit, spray painted it, some color, and they sold it to a bunch of assholes for $40 or $50, and these idiots can't get enough of it. I mean, it's just disgraceful, man. I mean, look at what's sold to you on the television. I mean, look at, hey, would you like a $2 bill with the Grand Canyon on the back, with Old Glory on the back? Well, go ahead and send us 2 payments of $14.95. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you got to be kidding me? This is why I'm saying, folks, I mean, America, if I were you, if you're going to invest in any kind of business venture in this country, I would invest in an invention. And that's it. Production. That's all I can say. And if you can't invest in anything production-wise, I would invest in a farm. And I hate to say that, but believe it or not, I said this 2 years ago, and for those of you that have listened to me for that long, I said that commodities were 75% undervalued. Well, if you look at this year and you look at how commodities are going through the roof, food is at an all-time high in world economics. If I was you, I would go out and get a farm and grow something or raise something, especially cattle. I mean, cattle is really a big deal out here in the international community. it's in demand. I mean, that's why steaks are going up the ass. If you go into your local supermarket, I mean, people want to eat beef. They're sick and tired of eating tuna fish about 3 times a day over there in the east end of the world. All right, I mean, they want to go out and they want to eat, a prime rib. So that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, if you're going to invest in anything, I strongly advise you to invest in anything commodities-wise, because that's where the money's at. Commodities is just going to go through the roof. But as far as a business is concerned, I mean, you better go into a market that isn't saturated with whatever business that you're going to invest into. So if you want to invest into a bar, well, you better hope you go into like some small town where there's only one other bar where you can possibly be able to compete for another aspect of the market. And of course, you take in a whole bunch of consideration the factors of the median income, the factors of the proximity of those that are within the area of your bar. You take into consideration how hard people are on DUI offenses, all this crap. So anyway, let's take some more callers here. Goku, is that you, man?
Yeah, it's me again, Ghost. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Goku?
Hey, nothing much.
How's everything going with you, man?
Hey, it's going good, man. It's going good. Like you were saying about the social security thing, read on Fox that the entitlement run out by 2037.
Well, as a matter of fact, we're already overextended on those financial obligations. You see, what the people that claim that it's my money and I deserve it. I put in all my life to the Social Security and I deserve it. No, you don't. You elected officials in the Congress, in the White House, that obligated those funds as collateral for other entitlements that we have come to know and love today. And what these people on Social Security need to realize, and Goku, what you young people like yourself need to tell these older people, is that, look, we don't want to pay to continue to support you old pieces of crap. You want to know why? Because they didn't leave you with nothing, man. You know that the generation that came before you had guaranteed jobs for 40 years. They got pensions. They're living on those pensions right now. They're sitting on their fat asses and getting paid $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year from their government pension or from their private pension. And it's a disgrace. You're never going to see that, Goku. I don't care what any adult tries to tell you. Nobody who's of your age or college age is ever going to see that type of job security, and they're never going to be able to see those types of pensions. So that's why I'm telling you and everybody else who's a young person like yourself to go out and invest while you can. It's a global market out here. Do what you have to do. Stack your chips, and don't be fooled by the hype. Because that's what they sell you all the time on the television, that, oh, it's the white picket fence and the dog and the 2.5 kids. Don't have kids. Don't do anything of that nature, man. Stack your chips, become financially stable, and then once you're financially stable to the point where you're appeasing your own comfort level, well, then do what you want to do.
I hear you, Ghost. I hear you.
But I'm telling you, Goku, I mean, young people like yourself and other young people out there, you gotta scare these old people. Because look, there's going to be more of those assholes taken out from that system than there are putting in. So that's why they're cutting. They're not cutting. These Tea Party assholes, they're not cutting because they care about your future. They're cutting so that they can sustain their Social Security checks and their Medicaid checks and their Medicare crap. These are the same people. You've seen these fat old people, right, Goku? They're waddling around. If they're not waddling around, they're getting those damn hover rounds. Those damn little motor scooters. They don't have to pay 1 red cent for those because we're paying for it. People like you that are going out there just barely struggling with some damn minimum wage job trying to save your beans, you're getting taxed Social Security that you're never going to see in your life, on top of which you're getting taxed Medicaid, Medicare to pay for some idiot's hover round and Viagra and all this crap that's given out for free because of our medical system. And meanwhile, they're doing it on your backs. And you know what, Goku? You know why they're doing it? Because they know you don't know any better. You and your generation don't know any better. You want to know why they know you don't know any better? Because they've bombarded you with all this stupid crap on TV.
They've bombarded you with electronic widgets and violent video games, and they've bombarded you with living a party life and it's just disgusting deterrence, man. Go ahead.
Also, they don't teach you in school. They don't teach me in my damn school that when I get older I'm going to have to pay for all this. They don't teach you that. They teach you it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. You'll get Social Security when you're older. Don't worry about that. You won't have to pay for any of it.
Well, you want to know why they don't teach you that in school, Goku? Because the school is funded by the system. It's funded by our tax dollars. So, they're not going to tell you that the reason that you're going to be screwed is because their jobs and their salaries, those same teachers' salaries, are based upon debts that are being collected right now amongst a whole variety of other different things. These people are a part of it, man. You got to realize it. It's not a joke. I mean, this is all being done fair and square right from underneath the youth's nose, and there's not enough intelligent young people that are capitalists. Screw the political system. You ain't going to accomplish nothing in this political system. That's why there's a global economic system that one can not only achieve, personal well-being, but to be able to influence, if not this part of the world, maybe another part of the world. And, anybody that tries to, be a nationalist and try to be like, oh, yeah, America, I'm going to fight to the death in America. And, you can do whatever you want. But inevitably, there are more immigrants in this country now in America than there are American citizens, all right? And most of the American citizens that do live here are all criminals or already, in the system in some fashion that illegitimize them as legitimate voters. So if you actually think that you're going to do something out here in the political system in America, you got another thing coming. And that's why I'm warning every young person like yourself, Goku, and I thank you very much for tuning in and all the other young people that are tuning in. You have to realize that, look, I got to stack my chips, I got to make some cash, and I got to put it in the right direction. I mean, screw this garbage, this fantasy that I was sold by mommy, daddy, the school system, the college education system, Hollywood, American Idol, MTV. Screw it. You know how you want to live. You want to live in a comfortable, lavish life, and the only one that's going to give that to you is you, man.
Yeah, I hear you, Ghost. Hear you. And also, I don't know if these kids understand, but that every day for 10 years is going to be 10,000 baby boomers who enlist for retirement and Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. That's just a whole shitload of money going toward the deficit, which, like you said the other day, we're going to be paying for that in the future. So I don't think they understand that.
Well, you're paying for it now with the depletion of the value of the American dollar, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, anyway, man, I want to thank you for calling, man. You want to give any props or shout-outs or anything like that?
Oh, no, just keep on doing the show. Keep on trucking. That's it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Goku. I appreciate you listening, man. And you see, folks, that's a young person right there under the age of 18 who understands what's going on around them, who understands that the public education system isn't teaching them, how to become capitalists, how to actually capitalize off of the situations at hand out here. All they're doing is teach them how to be either entitlement recipients or workers to be taxed so that you can continue to have entitlement recipients. It's just a disgusting disgrace. It makes you want to throw up nasty chicken grease and corn oil and cream of wheat with 5-day-old cereal and stomach plasma. So, whenever I hear ass clowns out there in the international community on the internets or anywhere else trying to claim that I'm some bad guy, that I'm a racist, I'm a sexist, I'm a drunk, or I'm a capitalist, or a greedy capitalist. Of course, I'm a capitalist, not a greedy one. All of you folks making those indictments about me, straight up, I mean, I wish we were in a bar room, because I would stomp your teeth so far down your throat that you'd be able to chew your own ass. All right? I mean, literally. I mean, because you people make me sick that are sitting out here trying to call me out when I'm literally laying my thoughts on the table here. I mean, what you see and what you hear is what you get. And all you milky lickers out there that are trying to interpret this as something else, like all you ass clowns that are trying to claim that you're some kind of, freedom fighter for Alex Jones, and you're posting these ridiculous videos about me that I'm affiliated with this group or affiliated with that group, or you're trying to, make a jag-off out of me on, any of these blogs or these YouTube videos, I don't appreciate it, and I strongly advise all you ass clowns to wake up and smell the coffee in Brazil, smell that crap in Colombia that old Juan Valdez is making with that stupid donkey of his, and start realizing that you got to grow up, and you got to grow up fast. You got to start stacking chips. Even if you're 16, 15 years old, go out there and stack some chips. Figure out a way to make some cash. Figure out a way to make some capital. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, throw it in get a safe. If you can't find a safe, put it in a piggy bank. Do whatever it takes, but stack some capital. That's all there is to it. Because if you don't, the only thing that you're going to be able to collect is whatever entitlements are left after all the cutting is done and all the taxation has put itself forth. And I don't want to be one of those. Look, I don't walk bread lines, all right? I'd rather die. Do you understand this? I'd rather die than walk a freaking bread line. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'd rather somebody end my life before I have to go and walk in a bread line. Like, please, mister, can I please have a loaf of bread? I need it. I know you are a government bureaucracy, and I know that you are so gracious in giving us bread out here with the bread lines, but I just need some bread to help me and my family. Screw you. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing none of that. And anybody who, listens to my show knows it too. All right? Anyway, 646-652-4869. 978, you there?
Hey.
What's up?
How's it going, dude?
Not much. What's going on with you over there?
Nothing. I'm just relaxing, counting my money. And I just wanted to say to all these haters that you're a complete pig fucker.
646-652-4869.
Hello?
You're saying that, and yet you're listening to me in the background. I mean, how can you sit here and desecrate my name when it sounds like you're jocking my nuts like a chongo? I mean, I hear my voice in the background right there. You're talking to me as if, I'm the second coming of Christ or something, and you're in complete awe. I can hear the damn tremor in your voice. So the next time you call up here, and the next time you're going to, insult me, the least you can do is grow some balls, sound off like you got a pair, and maybe, just maybe, you may get some lulls from people. All right, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you sound like a fruit bowl, but maybe. 480, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, my name is Ashley, and I've been wondering, do you know any part of the market that sells An-Hero kits? Because I've been really looking to become An-Hero.
Yeah, well, if you're looking to become An-Hero, I mean, why don't you try auto asphyxiation? That's what you kids are doing nowadays, isn't it? Huh? You're putting, belts around your neck and, I don't know, giving yourself a strangle session in the middle of a masturbating session. I mean, give me a break. I mean, people aren't even funny anymore, man. People aren't even funny. I mean, seriously, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm An-Hero. I mean, Jesus Christ, I mean, how old are these kids? How old are these kids, literally, Jesus Christ. And then some of these bimbos that call up. I was listening to the show yesterday, all right? I was listening to the show yesterday. I heard some bimbo calling up, and I want to show my tits. And I mean, give me a break. I mean, but this is how bimbos are nowadays, And I'm the sexist, right? I'm the sexist. You go on, Yahoo Chat or any of these voice chat communities, all right? Pal Talk, any of them. You go to any of these disgusting, disgraceful, foul-mouthed, adult conversation chat rooms. You'll hear these greasy, dirty bimbos that probably got C-sections and bullet holes in the ass getting up on the microphone saying, "Oh yeah, I'm just looking for somebody to come and fill me up like I'm the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man." I mean, they say sick, disgusting crap like, anybody here have a dog farting fetish?
I mean, it's just disgusting, disgraceful crap. And yet I'm the bad guy because I'm calling these sluts out for the way they are. I'm calling them for the dirty, bad tuna smelling slut bags that they are. I'm the bad guy. That's what I don't get. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, can somebody explain that one to me, why I'm such a bad guy when I'm just, throwing substance upon substance upon substance upon substance on the debating table, for heaven's sake? Give me a break. Anyway, we're going to continue here. 111, you there?
Hey, Ghost. I just wanted to say thanks for the shout-out for the BWC, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop.
Nah, hey, no problem, man. Are you kidding me? Go out there and continue to get these damn Woody Allen butt-loving pedophiles that are out here thinking that they can abuse the fact that these children have neglectful parents and they're just going to leave them alone on the internet and be susceptible to this crap. Keep on and expose their ass, put them on the internet, put their pictures on there, the whole works.
Oh, yeah, well, I like to give the information to the police, too. It's pretty funny, see them, ruin these pedos' lives and stuff.
You're damn right. I mean, they need to be ruined, man. I mean, give me a break. I mean, even though this is illegal too, but there are legal hookers, that you can go out and find. I mean, it's not too hard. This is the internet, for Christ's sake. Of course you run the risk of that, but I would much prefer, as somebody who's some sick pervert, who's going to, contemplate anything of the nature, instead of going out and trying to lure some 14-year-old innocent chick who obviously just doesn't have parents that give a crap about her enough to realize that, hey, I got to look over this internet transmissions that are coming out of my house. You need to get these guys, and you just need to expose them to the world, not just to the police, but expose them to their friends, their workers, the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah, that's what we do.
That's what I'm talking about, man. More power to you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Keep posting those. Thank you very much, man.
Hey, no, guys. Thank you, man.
Anyway, man, thanks for the call here. 646-652-4869. 409, you're on the air. Area code 409, you there? Hey, 409, you got your hand up. God damn it, you're going to hang up? Why do you have your hand up and then you're going to hang up, man? I mean, grow some balls, man. Grow some balls here. And let me tell you something else. I know people think that I'm a sexist man because I'm telling all the young gentlemen out there to not have kids and not believe these broads when they say, oh, I love you. I love you so much. I want to have your baby, and I want to get married. I mean, they're like 16 years old, and here you are, you're 16, 17, it's your first love. You know how it is. You get the little butterflies in your first love. Oh, look at me. You hold your hand with your girlfriend in public, and everybody's like, oh, my God, he's got a girlfriend, and I don't. What a bastard. But don't take it any more than that puppy love crap, all right? As a matter of fact, I wouldn't get married until you're 30 years old in today's America. And even then, I would be with the broad 5, 6, 7, 12 years before I even, considered getting married anymore in this America. I mean, where women are basically going out and becoming subliminal prostitutes to get paid so that they can get their materialistic widgets, like their Coach bags, like their Gucci shorts, like their Dolce & Gabbana glasses, all that nonsense. All right, now, I know there's people that are claiming that I'm a sexist and I'm a bad guy and all this other stuff, but I'm not just saying this to the men, to the young men here. All right, I'm saying this to the ugly chicks and the fat chicks. You know who you are. The friend usually takes you out because it makes them look better standing next to you. You know who you are. You're out there at a party with your girlfriends. Everybody hooks up except you. You're the one that's the designated driver. You know who you are. The chick that everybody goes to and cries to, and that's so understanding, is such a good friend. I'm talking about you too, because you are a victim of this feminist movement just as much as these males are here in today's America. And what I'm saying to you is you need to realize that you need to stack your chips. You need to, make some capital, and you need to make sure that nobody hooks up with you and juices you out of your capital. Don't be one of these people on these damn court shows on TV
that ends up taking an ethnic minority to court because you ended up financing a '79 Cadillac on dubs, for this moron, and then they end up jumping town, and you're sitting over there not knowing what the hell happened. Don't do this, all right? Don't do this crap. And what I'm saying, and idiots that are in the chat room, you assholes saying that I'm talking from personal experience, I've been married for a long time, you jag-off, all right? I was lucky. I was brought up in an age where innocence was still existing. There's no innocence anymore. Why do you think these pedophiles are going after 14, 13-year-old girls? Because, oh, they're so innocent, they're so cute. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, back in my day, 18, 19, 20-year-old dames out here were actually truly innocent. They actually weren't out here, being, fondled around, 2 or 3 times before you got into the damn pasture, if you know what I'm talking about. All right? So don't sit over here and say that, make these damn false indictments. I don't appreciate it, all right? All right? I mean, I've been married for a long time, and, I love my wife, and she knows her place. And I appreciate the fact that she's around. You understand? But for all you other gentlemen out there that realize that, hey, I can't trust these women are probably going to take me for my cake. They're out here trying to juice me for whatever I'm worth. Let me just take a step back and not even worry about that anymore. And I mean, I think it was Tony Montana that said the following, all right?
This country, you got to make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman. That's why you got to make your own moves.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make your own moves, just like Tony Montana says, all right? You got to get the money, then you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get your broad, all right? And another thing. For all you guys out there that are trying to go for these bimbos for the way they look, don't do it, all right? Don't go for some bimbo that's obviously showing tits and ass to get a reaction from third parties that are in a room. All right? Don't do it. All right? Because it's just going to cause you trouble. All I got to say, 2 words, Burt Reynolds. All right? Burt Reynolds is all I got to say. Burt Reynolds was a man who was the king of Hollywood back in the 70s. He was a quintessential American man badass. Then he hooks up with Lonnie Anderson. Lonnie Anderson was this, young blonde bimbo that was a rip-off of Farrah Fawcett or something of the time. He falls in love with her, gets infatuated with her, and lo and behold, destroys his freaking life. Destroys his freaking life, takes him for half this crap, gets all kinds of alimony and child support for some tarred kid that they damn adopted or something. I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But why did Burt Reynolds, why is he doing the garbage? Why did he have to do Boogie Nights? Yeah, of course, somebody in the chat room is saying his house is for sale. Of course his house is for sale. You want to know why? Because this asshole went for some bimbo because she had, a nice rack and some blonde hair, and now this guy is, what? He's stuck. He's like 75 years old and, still having to live like he's 35. Still having to flip houses and not being able to live comfortably and not having some nest egg from some crap. So once again, listen to Tony Montana, please. I mean, listen to these words because they're very sentimental and they should strike to the middle of your psyche, all right? Go ahead, Tony.
This country, you got to make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman. That's why you got to make your own moves.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got to make your own moves. You got to become a capitalist, all right? Now, I want to talk about people. This is Baller Friday. I want to give people some advice here. I'm going to take some callers here, and then I'm going to give some people advice how to get a badass car without paying so goddamn much. All right, here we go. Clayton, you there? You there, Clayton?
I'm here.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. How's it going, man? Enjoying the show so far.
Hey, thanks a lot.
I just wanted to say that as someone I'm currently been following quite a bit, especially as a young upcoming capitalist myself, I would just like to tell you that you're a very big inspiration to me in what you do.
Well, I appreciate that.
I mean, you sound like someone who's really, been fucked over hard by the system and knows his way around that situation. I mean, it's really heartwarming to see someone fighting the good fight. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not really fighting a good fight. I haven't really been screwed over by the system. I mean, what I've been screwed over by, Clayton, is the conservative movement that I have dedicated my life to up until about, maybe last year or sometime. I dedicated my life to the damn conservative movement and the principles, and what did they do? They turned their back on me, and they basically made what I believed in for so many years to be a joke. By sitting here and embracing this Eskimo bimbo Sarah Palin and this, teenage pregnancy embracing, this disgusting family of hers that we're supposed to just bypass, but yet still call her a God-fearing conservative is just a disgrace, And I don't understand why, anybody who was a conservative is still going to be a conservative and still call themselves that, given the fact that this woman is a complete hypocrite and makes me disgustingly ill. Now, that's the only thing I've been screwed over as, and it really didn't. It just screwed me over morally and ethically. But I got over it. I was always a capitalist. I decided to take more risks instead of being so fiscally conservative. I was always a fiscally conservative man. I made some snail-like moves. But here in the past, year and a half, I've been making some nice, risky moves because I've had the capital to do so. They've paid off tremendously. I'm living large. I got an office right here in the middle of Austin, Texas, baby. Austin, Texas. I can see the whole downtown area right from my damn office right here. That's why you can hear the damn echo, I've got, a variety. My portfolio is extensive from, owning actual commodities and stocks to businesses and real estate. It's great, It's great. Screw conservatism, man. I'm living large. I'm living great in Obama's America. So, granted, I'm not in agreements with all his regulations that he's putting on private enterprise. That's why we're limited to the amounts of economic opportunity that we have in today's America. But to be honest with you, I've capitalized pretty well out here. All the people that are not doing very well in America, they're coming down here to Texas. They're driving the real estate costs of Texas up the roof, which, man, I sold off my house, which is on the suburbs of Austin, Texas, in Leander, I had some land on there. That's why, if you look back in the archives at blogtalkradio.com/ghost and you take a look at all the screaming I used to do, that's why I used to be able to do it. Because I was out there in the country. Well, anyway, I sold that off, made a tremendous profit, man, huge. Put down on a high-rise condominium over here off West 6th Street in Austin, Texas, and been here since about a little after August. And lo and behold, the real estate market is going up in Austin, in inner city Austin. You got everybody coming down here trying to live here. If you walk the streets of West 6th Street, you'll see people like Sandra Bullock. You'll see people like Jesse James and Ryan Reynolds and Kat Von D and Matthew McConaughey. And these people are just walking up and down the street out here. It's a beautiful town because everybody's coming to Texas. Because there's great opportunity. There is no unions in Texas. There are no unions whatsoever to hamper business. There's no state income tax. We got low taxation on businesses out here. We got low taxations on real estate. It's beautiful. That's why I've made so much money. All right, I've made so much money here in America. Made so much damn money. But at this point in time, in the next 2 years, before the Bush tax cuts completely eliminate here in the next 2 years, we have to stack our chips, stack our capital, because once the 2 years of the Bush tax cuts reset, and the government has to start cutting spending, cutting entitlements, cutting federal employees off their payroll, cutting federal pensions. You're going to have a lot of pissed off people after that, and on top of which, they're going to have to raise taxes, folks, 70%. Anybody that doesn't believe me that they're going to do so, you're a damn fool. You're a damn fool if you believe that, all we're going to be able to do to remedy the problem of this outstanding debt of $14 trillion, $1.5 trillion this year alone. If you think that we're just going to be able to cut some spending and that's going to solve the problem, you're an idiot. You're an utter idiot. You probably belong in, the toilet bowl that you're going to be, praying to, because you're going to become a drunk once this damn economy, spits you out. All right, boy? 302, you there?
Yeah, hello?
What's going on?
Nothing. I just wanted to call you nigger.
Oh, well, great. Did you accomplish something? You feel better?
Yeah, you faggot.
You feel better now? I mean, you sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, and you have the audacity to call me a, faggot? I mean, seriously, you have the audacity to call... I mean, you sound like you're servicing a glory hole right now. I mean, did you hear the lack of bass in your voice? Huh? That's no fatherly influence, huh? That's no fatherly influence there, huh?
Yeah, I just wanted to call up and call you a faggot.
I mean, are you kidding me? What's happening to America today? What's happening to our American youth, the males of today? They sound ballless, They sound utter ballless, man. I mean, whatever happened to, men who had bass in their voice, man? I remember having bass in my voice when I was 13 years old. I was talking like this when I was 13 years old. I mean, look at these kids nowadays. I mean, look at Andy Milonakis, for heaven's sake. That guy's 50 years old and he's still talking like a kid. What the hell's going on with this crap? And he's still talking like a fruit bowl, for Christ's sake.
Hello, I'm just a guy who talks like this, and I'm talking like the proverbial male of my day. This is the way we talk, and we listen to music like Chemical Romance and little emo little music like this, and we like to slit our wrist, but not deep enough so we kill ourselves, because we really are chicken shit. We're not going to kill ourselves, but we slit our wrists enough so other people can see it, so they can say, "Oh my God, he's so dark," and all this other stuff. Great. 646-652-4869. We got 18 minutes left in the program. We were talking a little bit about markets in the international community. We were talking about foreign markets, potential foreign markets to invest in. We were talking about different ventures. Oh, yeah, and we were going to talk a little bit about how people can, get themselves a nice car on Baller Friday without having to go out and, get yourself an $80,000 new Cadillac. I never understood that. I never understood why people went out and got an $80,000 brand new Cadillac that's going to depreciate about 30%. 30% right when they get off the lot. It's going to depreciate. And, do you think that you're even going to get what you're paying for? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense why anyone would go out and get a brand new car like that, unless you're just some wealthy person that doesn't care. And, it's a part of your faux pas to be able to have a brand new car every single year. That's your prerogative. If you're rich enough to do that, that's fine. But I'm talking about the regular, everyday person that's a capitalist out here that is trying to stack their chips, and the idea of having another car note, specifically at like $80,000, $70,000, where some of these Cadillacs or Mercedes or Jaguars or anything of that nature, another car note at about $700 or $800 a month is just not something economically feasible. Even though you do want to live lavish and you do want to travel around in a badass ride, I don't blame you. So what I suggest to you is this, okay? If you're somebody that's, barely up and coming in your in your chip stacking, if you're saving your capital, and let's say you're saving your first nest egg and you're saving about $15,000 to $20,000. I mean, now let me take a little bit of a footnote here. If you're saving $15,000 to $20,000, it may take you about a year, 2 years, even on working for minimum wage. And what the problem is that in the process of saving for that $15,000, $20,000 in nest egg, the depletion of the American dollar is going to continue to happen. So just saving in today's America is pretty, it's a challenge. But let's say you're already at that level. You got 15 or 20,000. You're about to go up to the bank and ask them for a loan, whether it's for a house, a business, more capital, whatever. Okay, but you want a new ride to go along with that. But you don't want to add on, $800 a month in a damn, brand new Cadillac, because you just want to look like you're living lavish. Nobody does. So what I'm strongly advising to you is going out and getting a car cash. Just buying it cash right out. I mean, getting a credit line. Now, once again, you have to be fiscally responsible. What got us into this mess in 2008 was people just running credit lines out the wazoo, getting houses, $250,000 houses on $20,000 a year incomes, paying their credit card debt before they actually paid their secured debt, like their car notes and their house notes. That's what got us in this situation. But these financial instruments that are available to everybody are available to make everybody's lives better. But what's unfortunate is that people utilize them to be materialistic and buy overpriced Chinese electronic widgets that none of us need, and in 6 months down the road are going to be broke anyway. Okay? So what I strongly advise you is to take a look at your credit options if you haven't run out your credit. And if you run out your credit, well, save the cash, But say you have about $3,000-$4,000 right off the bat, whether it's cash or on a credit card. I strongly advise you to go down to some of these used car lots. Now, I know people are going to say that, I can't believe it, a used car lot. Those people are shady, Ghost. Well, let's look at it like this, okay? You go to a used car lot. There's a whole bunch of them all over Austin, Texas, all over Texas in general. And they actually have Cadillacs, Range Rovers, Mercedes-Benz. Of course they're used, of course, and of course they've got some high mileage, maybe about 70,000 miles. But you look at the cash prices on those things, and these things aren't that old either. Just think about maybe at the most, 6, 7 years old, at the least, 3 or 4 years old. Just go ahead and just put down, all right? Put down on something $4,000 worth, whether it's a Cadillac or Mercedes, and you're rolling around in a Cadillac or Mercedes, right? Now let's take a little bit higher of an analyzation look at that. Let's say the car does break down, but it breaks down in like 2 years or in a year and a half. Well, just divide the 4,000 into however long the car was, able to run on its own. And that's the amount of money that you would have actually gone out and paid for on a car note or paid for on some rental car anyway. The only difference is that you're riding around in a Cadillac, Mercedes, or Range Rover instead of a brand new Kia Sophia, or instead of one of these, jokester cars that are out here, being oversold at like $25,000. Now, I know there's people that are sitting here saying, hey, wait a minute, Ghost, I can afford the 2011 Benz. I can afford these things. Well, I've got something for you also. I would strongly advise, unless you're, banking like Jerry Buss, who's the owner of the damn LA Lakers, I would not advise you to go out and get 2011 Benzes or go out and get G-Series, Mercedes or, Cadillacs at $80,000, $90,000. I strongly advise against that. Because if you're going to blow that much money, I strongly advise you to do one of two things. The first thing you should do is consider the fact that at a 2011 Benz, you're going to have about $900 car payment. And if you're actually putting like $30,000 or $40,000 down on a Mercedes-Benz to bring down the payment, you're a fool. You're an utter fool if you're putting down money, all right? If you're putting down money on a car like that much cash to bring down your payment, it's just pathetic. All right, you've gotten taken. There should be no reason why you should put $30,000 on a car, especially a new car that's going to depreciate 30% just driving it off the lot, let alone depreciation year by year, depending on the Blue Book value. So what do I advise those that are, out here that can't afford a 2011 Benz or a 2011 Cadillac? What do I strongly advise them to do? Well, why don't you look on the internet, all right? Look on the internet and take a look at, like, old used Bentleys and used Rolls Royces. I kid you not, folks. You've got people out here that, bought these great luxury cars and only took them out driving on Sundays and only took them out driving seldomly because they were one of a fleet. And, they have like 30, 40,000 miles on them. I'm talking Bentleys. I'm talking Rolls Royces here. And you can actually get them on, you just look on the internet. Just look up used Bentleys, used Rolls Royces. And you can actually get these things for $20,000, $25,000. As opposed to getting a brand new damn Mercedes-Benz for $850, $900 a month car payment. Instead of thinking that you're cool by getting a late model, you can go out and pay less, all right? You can pay less by going out and getting a damn Rolls Royce or a Bentley, and it's going to be used, and it may have some years on it, but I guarantee you the mileage ain't going to be over 50,000. And at the same time, those cars are meant to last. They're paid of pure steel. They're handcrafted, hand engineered. They're beautiful. So that's why I'm saying you can go out instead of getting a 2011 Cadillac and a 2011 Mercedes-Benz. Go out and get a Rolls Royce or a used Rolls Royce or a used Bentley or a used Lotus. I mean, there's so many cars out there that are used that are going for cheap. And why are they going for cheap, folks? Because these people that bought them are filthy rich, and they don't want to have them anymore. They don't need them, And they know if they sell them for a price that will give them a capital gain, they're going to be taxed to death on it. So that's why you have. Like, I'm seeing it right now, an 88 Rolls Royce. It's gray right here on the internet. 88 Rolls Royce, $20,000. $20,000 right here. And it says it's got 30,000 miles and it was only used to go out occasionally. So it can go out like on a Sunday drive. I'm not joking, folks. Why go out and get a 2011, whatever, Range Rover or Mercedes or whatever, where you can go out and get yourself a Rolls Royce. Just imagine rolling up anywhere in a Rolls Royce. And if anybody gives you any kind of a crap that, hey, it's an old Rolls Royce, or if they give you any kind of haterism, because this is America, they're going to give you haterism, and you just expect it. You just ask them, hey, where's your Rolls Royce? I don't see yours, huh? Where's your Bentley at, buddy? Huh? Where's yours at? Where's yours at, boy? Or if you're like me, folks, I still have a car. I actually sold off, I had a whole fleet of cars. I sold them all off because I'm living in the inner city out here in Austin, Texas, and everything is within walking distance or, you can get by on a cab out here or something of that nature. But if I do want to go and patronize, some of these more affluent parts of North Austin, some of these parts are around the areas of Texas, why not just hook up an account at a limo agency? I mean, just think about it. Let's say you're just dead set on getting a 2011 whatever. You're just going to get it regardless. If you're going to get anything 2011, you're going to pay anywhere from $500 to $900 a month, regardless. No BS. All right, if you're getting anything 2011, you're going to, except something cheap like a Kia or something, you're going to pay anywhere from $500 to $900 a month. Well, if you're already dead set on spending that, why spend $500 to $900 a month on some damn new car when you can go to a limo agency and hook up an account with these folks and be able to cut that outgoing cost in half? I mean, you could literally pay a limo company like $300-400 a month and be rolling around town in some badass limo with a driver that'll open up the goddamn door for you. If you want some drinks, they'll be there too. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying, folks? I mean, if you really want to be a baller, you got to think, how I can use my money and how I can be able to, take it the further amount possible. I mean, because you have to remember, driving, there's a lot of stress involved in driving. A lot of stress involved in driving. You don't want to go out and drive everywhere. You got assholes trying to, stomp on the brakes while you're in back of them so they can get a damn litigious lawsuit on your ass and sue your insurance company. I mean, you got. I mean, it's just complete and utter stressful situation. So if you're going to go get a 2011 and you're dead set on paying all this money for a car payment, why not just get a credit account out there at a limo service? And let me tell you, if you're into one of these big markets like Austin, Dallas, Miami, all these places, all right, you can go and get all these limo services. There's independent ones, there's ones that are incorporated, there's bigger ones, there's small ones. You can get these people begging for your business. And all you have to do whenever you want to go out somewhere is just say, yes, I need a car, please. My account number is and I'm over here at and before you know it, within like 10 minutes, there's going to be some chauffeur at your door knocking with your door open for you to get in your damn limo. Huh? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, folks. I mean, I don't understand why these people are screwing themselves by, putting so much money in so many places that don't even need to be, that it doesn't even need to be there, I mean, I know that there's people listening to me right now that I'm hitting them in the breadbasket right now. They're like, oh, because I know they're paying about $500 to $900 a month in a damn car payment. And both of those ideas, all the ideas that I suggested on how to lower your car payment while looking like you're living larger than hell, well, is something that everybody should be taking advantage of. And I'm serious about that. Why pay $500 to $900 a month in some stupid car that's depreciating every year, that depreciates once you take it off the lot, when you can pay half that amount and have a limo take you around anywhere you want to in the city, anywhere you want to go, or if not a limo, they have town cars, they have all kinds of cars that'll come and get you with a driver, the whole 9 yards, or go on the internet and look for used Bentleys and used Rolls Royces and get a damn Rolls Royce, 1988 Rolls Royce right here. I'm looking at it on the internet, $20,000, 30,000 miles on it. I'm not joking. Of course it's a great idea. They're saying it's a great idea in the chat room. Of course it is. This is True Capitalist Radio. I want the true capitalist to get this and realize, yeah, you know what? He's right. It's a good idea. What am I doing sitting here, stretching myself thin, making myself all these ridiculous financial obligations when, I can kind of live large without not spending too much money. That's the whole point of being a capitalist. That's the whole point of being a successful money man. Do you understand what I'm saying, folks? This is why I do this show. This is why I'm going to continue to do this show. It's Baller Friday. I hope you utilize the advice that I just gave you, folks. And I want you to write me, okay? Give me an email, ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. I know it's a political email, but, that's from the old show. It's my email. I get a lot of emails on it, so I don't want to change it. So ghostpolitics@yahoo.com, and tell me if you're utilizing all the financial strategies that I am giving on this broadcast. And you can look back in the archive, folks. I've given a lot. I've given a lot of ways to make money, save money, to hedge against inflation. I've given stocks, the whole nine, all right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost is the website, all right? There's an archive out there. There's like, I don't know how many thousands of hours. Well, I don't know about thousands of hours, but there's hundreds of hours of archive material. Not just on the True Capitalist Radio front, but I still have the old conservative radio shows if you want to go back that far. But if you want to make money, if you want to be a true capitalist, if you want to be able to understand how to be able to capitalize in this America, I strongly advise you to listen to True Capitalist Radio. And please, folks, please spread the word. Spread the word about the True Capitalist Radio show. Tell everybody you know. Tell your mommy, your granny, your aunts, your uncles, everybody. Everybody, because everybody who is a true capitalist is going to capitalize on this, and if the more capitalists there are, the more prosperous everybody's going to be. And it's going to be beautiful, and I love it. And this is a global economic system, And there's so many opportunities for everybody. If you're not in America and if you're in another country, there are ways to capitalize in other countries, folks, even if you think you live in socialism, you know. So please, go out there and capitalize. Live large. Live to your fullest potential. Don't let anybody drag you down with rhetoric that, oh, we can't do it because of this, this, and this. You can do anything you want to. This is our world. This is our world. But what's unfortunate is people become slaves to it. Anyway, 646-652-4869 was the number to call. Please bookmark the website, all right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and tell everybody you know, okay? Because this is a word-of-mouth program, and that's how we get all the listeners. Now, we're about to go into archive. I'm going to extend the show a little while longer. You're going to have to call in to listen. 646-652-4869. You're going to have to call in. We're going off the air. We got 23 seconds, 25 seconds left. We're going to go into archive. We may go another hour. If you want to listen in, call up right now, 646-652-4869, and we're about to go in archive right now. Okay? I think we're about to, 4 seconds to archive. Give us a call if you want to listen in, 646-652-4869. All right, I think we're in archive now. Now, folks, all the individuals that are in archive or that are listening, whether they are calling in right now live or they are just listening through podcast, I know that you hear a lot of, mischief and a lot of dangerous talk, and some people have compared what I project on this show, a little bit of Sam Kinison-esque, a little bit risque, and all that other nonsense. But in essence, folks, I am a capitalist, and I want every listener that's listening to the sound of my voice, I want them to be capitalists. You understand? I want everybody to be a capitalist. Because, look, if we don't start realizing that the only person and the only people that are going to care about us is us. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you understand that America and the model that it's shown us, it has shown us that greed, can supersede any type of bond created through whatever, family, culture. You'll have your own family because of all the anesthetization of their minds via Hollywood. They will actually turn on you or hate on you because you are making more than they are. And that's the problem capitalists face every day as they continue to strive for more and more prosperity. As they continue to try for more and more prosperity, as you can see in Davos, Switzerland, at the World Economic Forum, you've got anarchists out there trying to, have bombs in hotels. You've got civil unrest everywhere. What we need to realize is we need to get these people understanding that there is no perfect system that some bureaucracy is going to be able to feed everybody. There is no perfect system. The only system we have is the system that we've come to know, and that's capitalism. And what's unfortunate about capitalism and what absolutely fuels communism is the fact that in capitalism there are losers. There are losers in capitalism. And because there are losers in capitalism, individuals are exploiting the minority of those losers as the majority of their problems. And you cannot be fooled by that. Because inevitably, capitalists can find their way. And they can work around the laws through legalities, through technicalities, through whatever it takes to be able to profit. And that's what I want from everybody who's listening to my broadcast, whether it's live, in the archive, whether you're in America or in the international community. That's just all there is to it, man. We have to understand that we as capitalists have to take the initiative to go out and get what's rightfully ours. Because it's capitalism that drives the mechanism of civilization. It drives the volts of creativity and innovation. I mean, don't these people understand that when we were stagnant and everybody was living in under a monarchy, and basically everybody was dependent on some fat gluttonous king or queen and their nobility for sustenance, and everybody pretty much had their sustenance. I mean, everybody was loyal to the kingdom because the kingdom fed the people what they needed. They got what they get. And look at the amount of progress that took place during that reign of 1,000 years of monarchs. Nothing, no type of progression happened. It was complete and utter human stagnant activity, a lack of human progress. And those people that are out here making a case against capitalists, you're going to make the case that capitalists, destroys? Are you kidding me? It invokes innovation. It invokes creativity. Because it gives people the opportunity through a civil manner, through a civil means to survive. This isn't the laws of the jungle any longer, where, the people who win are those with the bigger weapons or the most people. No, this is civility. This is civilization. This is what everybody should be fighting for and to be able to sustain and achieve. Civility. For us to be able to live in freedom and to be able to have the opportunity to go out and sustain capital and to sustain these ways of life. Without this system, we are in anarchy. Without capitalists, we are in anarchy. For all you socialist, communists, look, your models have failed. Your models in its purest form have failed. Look at Europe. I just read today Spain, over 20% unemployed. And I'm sure that's just the number that the government has given us. I mean, destabilization in Cairo, destabilization in Pakistan, destabilization everywhere. And the reason is because these individuals don't understand the complexity of capitalists and capitalism. And that's why I'm doing this show, folks, because I want you to realize that you can be a capitalist and anybody can be a capitalist. The only thing that you need is the mind, your mental capacity, and your will. You have to have the will. You can't be somebody who is just saying, hey, I do this, and I'm going to get paid, I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make a lot of money, and that's all I need to do. No, you idiot. You have to always work. That's what these young people are not understanding. They think that they can just get rich quick and that's it. Yeah, maybe you can get rich quick, but just because you get rich quick today doesn't mean you're going to have that money tomorrow. And if you don't believe me, why don't you read a little bit about all those young people who got rich during the dot-com boom? Oh, yeah, you got all these young people that came out during the 90s that got so filthy rich because they made websites and they made little applications and they made little, just technological garbage, and because of the overhype that the stock market gave the credibility of, or the implications of this technology, the over-evaluations that were given to a lot of these stocks that were publicly traded, gave these kids millions of dollars. I mean, read about this, folks. For you kids that are listening, read about it. All right? And read about how these individuals were so filthy rich that they tried to redefine how the workday was going to be. I don't know if you remember that the 90s was the age when tech companies had things like perks, like, they got ping pong in the middle of the office and a swimming pool in the other part of the complex, and we got cafes in the lobby, and they were just spending all this money on pompous crap because they thought the money was going to come in forever. They thought they were going to be rich forever. They thought their companies were going to be around forever. Folks, that just doesn't happen. And that's why I'm telling you, folks, just because you get money today doesn't mean you're going to get it tomorrow. Making money is the easy part. Keeping it is the hard part. Making more of it is the hard part. Because once you make a certain level of income, you get accustomed to a certain lifestyle. You get accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and you want to be able to, continue to live that life. You want to be able to continue to buy bottles of Moet and bottles of Cristal. You want to continue to buy, T-bone steaks and, a nice thick 3-inch prime ribs out there at, your favorite steakhouses. You want to be able to continue to ride around in your Bentleys or in your limos or whatever the case might be. And when you don't make enough money to do that and you have to take a couple of steps back, it's a definite hurt of one's pride. It should hurt one's pride, to be honest with you, because it's humiliating. It's just utterly humiliating and disgusting because you can probably walk this country, all right? You can walk this country and come up to a bunch of people that are once rich or once had money, and they'll tell you the same story I'm telling you today. It's easy to make it. It's hard to keep it. Anyway, I'm going to take these last couple of callers here, and then I'm going to go ahead and close out the show here. Code, are you there?
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to ask you, have you heard about, I'd like to ask you about what you think about the controversial Straight Pride Day, the event that has been started on Facebook. I've been observing, and it seems to be that some homosexuals seem to be like retaliating and being rather hypocritical about the event themselves. I mean, in my opinion, I think we should embrace this holiday because it balances out the equality between homosexuals' Pride Day because of the fact that us heterosexuals don't have one ourselves.
Well, you actually bring up a pretty good point, and I don't want to get too political in that regard, but you're absolutely right. In my personal opinion, I had a strong opinion about this as I was a conservative. I was obviously not the most friendly to the homosexual community, but at this point in time, their money is green. Just as long as they don't have these damn gay pride parades in the middle of downtown over here with leather straps, covering their body and rubber fists, they shove in orifices that I don't want to describe. I don't want to see this in the middle of the street. I don't want to see oral copulation between two men across the street from an elementary school and have some gay advocacy group try to explain that that's protected by the First Amendment. I don't want to see that crap. And as your question is if this straight pride march in Facebook, or I don't know, whatever the hell's happening on Facebook, some straight, what is it again? Straight what?
It is a Straight Pride Day. It starts March 4th, I'm pretty sure.
So March 4th is going to be Straight Pride Day. Well, I don't blame straight people and heterosexual people for doing this because in my personal opinion, I honestly think that heterosexuals are in danger. They're in danger because of a lot of reasons, but for the most part, if you look at our everyday American media, they have turned the female in most Western societies into subliminal prostitutes. The only way one is going to, hook up with another is if the other has sufficient capital to suffice something that they couldn't get previous to that person. And because of this sick, demented game of relationship via mooching off of another party, I honestly believe that that's why you're starting to see more homosexuals. I'm starting to believe that's why more people are turning to homosexuality out here, because you got a bunch of women, not necessarily owning up to their part of the relationship equation. Instead, they want to go out and, they don't really know what they want. They don't know whether they want to become cougars. They don't know whether they want to become sluts. They don't know whether they want to become bull dykes. They don't know whether they want to become anything. And as a result, they're breaking the hearts of a whole bunch of idiots out here that, and I'll be completely honest with you, that's why you have a lot of gays that in America. Now, I don't know if you remember gays like back in the 90s and in the 80s, sir, but back then, gays really took a lot of pride in the fact that they were proper and they were dressed really nice and they were affluent on culture. You're a typical liberal, But, as we've gone into this new millennium and as we've gone, 11 years in, haven't you noticed that these gays that they're not like that anymore. You're starting to see a lot of loser gays, if you want my personal opinion, like idiots that shouldn't even be gay, but because they've been rejected by every other social outlet, they're gay. I mean, do you agree with me, sir?
I do agree with you. I have noticed that, but I would just like to point something out that I am under the age of 18, so I wasn't really around in the 90s.
Oh, man. Well, actually in the 90s, I mean, you actually had, a certain stereotype to gay people. Gay people were, they were clean and they were proper and they dressed nice and they wore jewelry and they always made sure that they had etiquette and that sort of thing. Now, gays have turned into the everyday filth that you see in today's America. Now you've got, I'm surprised that homosexuals even consider themselves a subculture any longer, because they have gotten so, embedded with general society that, I mean, it's something I hate seeing, but you see these 450-pound men, that look like some burly, fat piece of manly crap, and once they try to talk, they're over-exaggerating these feminine qualities just so that they can, fall closer to, being in this gay community because everybody else has rejected them. And another thing, Cody, people have lost their shame. They've lost their shame completely. That's the difference between capitalists and everybody else. We have integrity. We don't, we're not going to sit here and be some shameless bastard and, sell ourselves out for, a couple of bucks or, go out here and be some deviant because, we're sick, twisted bastards and we don't care. We don't care how people look at us. We don't care if we're completely demoralized. We don't care if we're completely humiliated on a global scale. We don't care. This is the mentality America, and not only America, but the world has had, this shameless mentality. I mean, there's a lot of shameless people out here that just kind of walk around and thinking it's funny, I mean, look on the court shows. I know you're under the age of 18, Cody, but TiVo some of these damn court shows and take a look at some of these people. They stop their mental capacity at 17, 16. And, this is what we have. We have a whole damn generation, a whole damn country full of nimrods and idiots. And, we just have to sit here and deal with it. Anyway, I want to thank you, Cody, for calling in. Goku, I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is part of the archived section of the True Capitalist Radio Show. This is episode number 11. I thought we had a pretty fun time today, as we always do. I want to let everybody know that we are in the process of trying to negotiate with Blog Talk Radio to figure out if we can extend our broadcasts because they are now, as of February 1st, which I believe is Monday, they are going to now only allow 30 minutes of broadcast time for free for those hosts that are not paying for the service, and of course they have premium packages for those that want to pay. We're in negotiations with them in hopes that we can negotiate a decent deal, and who the hell knows? Maybe folks can sponsor the True Capitalist Radio Show to help us out. Whatever the case might be, give me an email at ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. And, of course, I'd like for you to add to your favorites and your bookmarks blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, that's the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show, no matter what happens. I don't know if we are going to be on Monday or Tuesday because, like I said, this is a big transition. We're going from, something that I used to do as a passionate hobby to something that I'm considering doing for some possible revenue since I'm spending so much time and energy on it. So, please, if you want to see more of the True Capitalist Radio Show, please bookmark and add to your favorites blogtalkradio.com/ghost and spread it around. I mean, let everybody know on Facebook, Twitter, and all the social networking sites what True Capitalist Radio is and what it's about. And the more the word is spread, the more bandwidth we're draining off of Blog Talk Radio, the more serious this program becomes. So it all depends on you, folks. Anyway, thank you very much, Cody, once again, Goku, the BWC, everybody else who's listening in. Thank you very much for tuning in with me. Long live capitalism. And, geez, I'm off to West 6th Street to go to the happy hour, for Christ's sake, before it's over. Where's Sandra Bullock and her black baby? I'm out of here, folks. Long live capitalism.
A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.